All right, we're back after a long hiatus. It's been a long hiatus. A couple weeks, but I've had some work issues come up that I deal with, and my job comes first. This is always a secondary to my job. This is the last of the ryes. It's been a while, but we're going to finish the last rye I have in stock in my whatever. So this is a Knob Creek Single Barrel Select 115 proof. And I've actually had this bottle for quite some time. It was purchased, selected in 2018, but I don't know when I actually purchased it. But it came by way of Flight Club Tom Handy's Rye, which is a local Wichita group that did the selection on this. And got the little tag here, gives you the floor, rack, and tier where it come from. Floor 7, rack 34, tier 1, warehouse Z. So barrel number 6736, barreled on 11/21/11, and selected on 4/10 of 18. That does not necessarily mean that's when it was bottled. They may have selected it that day, but I don't know how much time afterwards went in before it was actually bottled. So I'm unsure of that. We can assume it's within a relative shorter span. I might have come by this in 2018 time frame, 2018, 2019 time frame. My best guess. Because I know I've had it for about 5 years, it seems like, if not a little bit longer. But I have a nice storage area, and I keep it dry and keep it out of the sunlight, and it stays rather well. I don't find very much degradation in my whiskey unless it's a poorly made whiskey to begin with. Now, something at 115 proof is just not going to degrade all that fast. In fact, sometimes it can really help it. Oh, very candy-like on the nose. It's got a high corn content, I can tell you that. I do not know the mash bill. I don't know if it's given, but on this one I can assure you this has a high corn content, because I get that wonderful sweet candy-like note on this one. It is backed by a very pungent rye note. And pungent not in the sense of, sometimes pungent can be like something that stinks real bad or whatever. No, this is just a very strong odor. We're using that term as meaning strong odor. My mouth is starting to water. I don't remember what I gave for it. I'm going to guess in the $60 range. Back then, it would probably be a few dollars more now. That rye note, the rye notes that are coming off this, the rye bread, especially the rye bread note, is just, I have been making sourdough bread lately, and I have made some from, I put a lot of rye in my sourdough starter and brought it around to the rye side, and I've added a lot of rye, not a full rye bread, but a sourdough rye. And this has every bit of that smell when it's baking in the kitchen. Even a slightly, I'd say slightly floral content to this. Not strong, just a light floral note. This is as good as I remember. Oh, it just keeps going. So aesthetics wise, of course the presentation on the aesthetics on this is awesome. Bottle gives us all kinds of information. The proofs, like, it would be nice if they would add a rye bill, but that's not a rye mash bill, the mash bill of it, but that's not necessarily the case. It gives us a insinuation as to the date with the card on top, since this is a barrel select. And But I mean, overall the presentation's nice. They still have the little stickers. I don't know if they still use that kind of sticker anymore on top of the bottles when they barrel them like that. Everything's nice. Cork, strong wax seal, the whole 9 yards. I like the packaging. I like the color. I like the legs, which are just now slowly starting to fall. Aesthetics wise, this is a 9 out of 10 for me. Nose, I like the candy-like nose on it, the strong rye note. A bit of dill in this one, more dill than mint. I often wonder if it would go good with the fish dish. This is gonna get long. I gotta get a move on for you guys. But it has all the nice rye notes with not the overwhelming. It has enough sweetness in that nose to counterbalance it all. It's a very balanced nose in this one. And I like it a lot. Nose, I'm giving a 17 too. Has a very good nose. Flavor, cheers. This is like 6 years, 6 months old. You get that spicy rye note right up front. That spiciness the rye brings is there. A lot of dill, a lot of those warm, spicy notes. I've never known how to exactly describe it. Maybe that's a little bit of clove. I'm getting a little floral note to it. Just ever so subtle. But a lot of strong, spicy notes in there. But the corn sweetness in it helps balance and reel that in. So it's just not completely overwhelming your palate. Again, a good rye bread on the spicy side. That warm rye bread note. I like this. Of course I do. It's got a lot. I haven't drank a lot for a person who likes it, but it's one of those ones you'll never get again, so you savor. Looking at the date here when it was selected, I would say a little over 6.5 years from the barreled on date. You'll have to forgive the burps. I'm so sorry. I don't know why, but I have a little. I do that with whiskey a lot. I don't know why. I just do. It's not burping in the sense of reflux or anything like that. It's just a little gas it releases. So I don't know, 6.5-year-old rye we'll put it at roughly. It could be older just because it was select on date doesn't mean that's the date it was barreled on or bottled on. So flavor wise, I think I like the nose just a little bit better than the flavor. It's got a 16 on the flavor. You know, I got to give that a 17. Just getting ready to take another drink to get the mouth feeling. It's got to be a 17 too. All that delicious rye. This is a rye whiskey. This is not a killing you rye whiskey. This is a very nice rye whiskey. And the spiciness of the rye hides that 115 proof. It's a 17. Mouthfeel, I wouldn't say it's quite oily. Just a little bit below oily. But it's not watery, not in the least. More closer to oily. So viscosity, let's say a 0 out of 10 on viscosity. If I was to give it a viscosity ranking, I'd say a 6.5, 7. Because it's got viscosity, but it's not one of those that's like super creamy. It's just oily. Mouthfeel is going to get a 16. And the finish, I've had enough now. That finish is just continuing in between sips. It's just staying there. There's a little bit of slight it's weird, a little bit of slight prickliness on the inside of my lips in the mouth itself, but you know, like the backside of where the lips are, but on the inside, especially here on the bottom, almost like if I was dipping Copenhagen or something. Mouth coating is good on this one. It is a complete mouth coating, and it adds to the finish. So I gave it a 16 on the mouth coating. This is one I'm going to go one more step. I'm going to give it a 17 nose, 17 flavor, 17 mouthfeel. Finish. I like the finish. It lingers. It stays with you. And it's a nice rye noted finish. And it doesn't overwhelm the senses, and it just keeps on going. I like the finish on this too. Yeah, that floral note lasts a little bit. That little bit of the cloves, maybe cardamom playing in there a little bit. Finish, I'm giving a 17 too. I know this is not a bottle nobody's going to be able to replicate or get because it's a select bottle, but it kind of gives you an idea maybe of what this is about. Value, 100% value on that. Value comes 1 out of 10. For me, the value was worth it. And like I said, I drink it very slowly because, again, you can't get no more of this bottle. And Knob Creeks are very batch oriented. So value for me on this is a 9. I would pay it again. Hell, I'm gonna make it a 10. Value's a 10. It's a 10 out of 10 on that one. I'm glad I spent the money and would spend it again if it ever showed back up, but it won't, obviously. So let's look at this. This is probably going to be a higher scoring than we think. -1, -4, -7, -10, -13. So score should be an 87 out of 100 on this one, which is a very high score for this rye whiskey. So yes, I do like it. I do. 3 4s is 12, 13, yeah. 13 from 100 leaves 87. Well, guys, I'm going to savor and enjoy this. I'm not going to drink it all like I do sometimes at the end where I shoot them. This we're going to savor and enjoy. Everybody remember, the spirit in the glass ain't running from you. Take your time, sip and enjoy it. You'll be better for it, as will we all. And if you can get a Knob Creek Barrel Select Rye that's as good as this one, you should get it. Buy 2 bottles. Don't buy 1 like I did. Buy 2 bottles. I'll see you guys later.